Welcome to part 3 in my mini e-course about creating awesome graphics for your Facebook posts. In part 1 we looked at your content, so you should now have a nice little list of content to use in your graphics. Part 2 we created your image bank, so you should have a file now of images to use in the backgrounds. So now part 3 we're going to tie it all together and we're actually going to create your graphics in Canva. But before we do that, I just want to share with you some quick tips that you can put to use and keep in mind when you're creating your graphics so that you look professional. Okay, first up, check your alignment. Keep it consistent. So if you choose to keep everything lined up left, make sure it all lines up left. Or if you want everything to look centered, make sure it all lines up center. Next up, add contrast. So add levels to your fonts and make focal words stand out more by making them bigger or bold. So for example, if you have a tip, you might have the word tip in one size up the top, then you might have the actual tip a bit larger, and then at the bottom you'll have your web address a bit smaller, not as bold. So the main thing, the main focus is the actual tip. Next up, consistency. So pick a set of colors and fonts and use them. So stay true to your branding. Give your design some space. So imagine there is a thick imaginary border around the outside, just inside your graphic, so that no text goes in that area. And same with boxes. Make sure you have a clear amount of space around your text and the edge of the box. Okay, fonts. Don't use too many different fonts. It will look messy. So my tip is pick 2 fonts for your design and work with those. And make sure that they're fonts that complement each other. Always, always, always include your website at the bottom of your graphics. If your graphic is shared, or even if it goes viral, you want people to know where it came from. My biggest tip is keep it simple. Only put in the necessary information. Keep it all minimal. Okay, so let's quickly show you how to actually create a graphic in Canva. So what we do is go to www.canva.com. This window will open up and you can see here, start a new design, and there's different options that you can choose across the top here. You scroll across, there's lots of different options. So we're going to click on Facebook post. So that'll open up a new canvas for us. And then once that is open, you can see down the side, left hand side here, we've got layouts. So you can choose from a pre-designed layout and alter little elements of it yourself. Or we have text down here. You can choose plain text at the top there, or you can choose one of these set up little graphics here. Then we can go down to backgrounds. You might remember me mentioning that you can purchase backgrounds in Canva. So these are the free options. They're just slowly loading up. My internet's gone a bit slow. And you can see down here, when you hover over them, it tells you if it's free or if it costs $1. So there's the dollar. These images down here, there's lots to choose from. And then we can upload our own. And that is what we are going to do. I've actually already uploaded a background that we created earlier on. So what I will do, I will make it fit our canvas. And we'll center it in. Okay, so now we're going to add some text. Now the best thing to do is to play around yourself. So I'm just showing you super quick how we could do it. So we can grab one of these text elements. I'm going to grab this talking bubble. Now, I don't like to use the text that's set up in there because I find it is hard to move around and adjust to fit your text. So I select it and hit delete. Okay, so sometimes these boxes move around a little bit. Might make it a little bit bigger too. So we'll click on it, grab the corner, drag it out. And I might also change a colour. So there's colours up here. You can see up here there's different functions you can do. You can choose from one of these colours. You can add your own. Okay, but I'm going to go with white. And then on this arrow here you can see you can add a transparency. So we're going to make it a little bit transparent. So we can see through there. I actually am thinking I might make it black. Yeah, that's better. Bit more contrast. So now we'll go and add our text. So we go up to the top here and click the heading one. So we're adding a heading text and we're going to type the word tip. So select it and you can change the font up in this bar up here. So I might go with this nice big fat font. Change the size. So we might make it pretty big and you can change the colour. So we're going to make it white. Okay, and we will centre it. So you can see here all the options. You can uppercase, left, centre, right. You can adjust the text spacing, copy, link, transparency, etc. So when you click on it, you can see my cursor is there for me to change the text. I want to change the box. When you hover over the edges of the box, it changes to a cross. So when I click on it as a cross, it's now allowing me to move the box. So I like to move these out to the edges so then I know that my text is actually centered. So I'm going to grab that up, move it up to the top. Okay, and then I'm going to copy and paste it. So I'll grab it and move it down here and we're going to type our tip. Pick up your iPhone and add a filter to jazz it up. Okay, so we're going to make that a bit smaller. You can see here now this text is going right to the edges of my box. That's not what we want, so we'll bring our size in slightly. There we go, and we will move it in there. That looks much neater and cleaner. I might just move this one up a bit. So yeah, if you're using the predetermined text elements in these graphics, you can't move them around like we are here. It's very difficult. So there we have it. That's my tip. Now we're going to add my website. So I like to just leave it plain. We make it Helvetica and I always make it 18. And then I might just bold it up. And I think it'll be better if it was white. So I'll move that box out to the edges so it can be exactly centre when I centre it. And then we move it down to the bottom here. So I don't go right to the very bottom. Remember to leave a bit of space. And I've sort of centered it between the bottom of this talking box and the bottom of the ad. Always look at your alignment. So there I have it. There's my graphic. So they're pretty easy. You just got to play around with different elements. You can alter your image in here further if you like. So we click on filter. You can add extra filters here to brighten it up a bit more, or the advanced options where you can play around here. So actually I don't mind that. That's it. That's how you just have to play around and get to know a few of the tools and find what works best for your branding style. When you are finished and happy with your design, click on download or link up here on the top right, and we will publish and save it as an image.